Procrastination is not necessarily linked to intelligence. It is a common behavioral issue that can affect individuals of all levels of intelligence. It is often caused by a combination of factors such as lack of motivation, fear of failure, and poor time management skills. Procrastination is like a thief in the night, creeping up on you when you least expect it and stealing away your precious time. It's the enemy of productivity and the bane of success. But it's not just a problem for the lazy or the unintelligent. No, procrastination is a cunning and subtle foe, one that can strike anyone, regardless of their IQ or work ethic. For some, procrastination begins with a lack of motivation. Maybe the task at hand is boring or uninteresting, or perhaps it's just too overwhelming to even think about tackling. So instead of diving in, they put it off, convincing themselves that they'll feel more motivated later. Others may procrastinate out of fear of failure. They're afraid that they're not up to the task and that they'll fall short of expectations. So they put it off, hoping that somehow they'll magically become more capable in the future. And then there are those who simply don't know how to manage their time effectively. They may not have a clear sense of how long a task will take or how to break it down into manageable chunks. So they put it off, figuring they'll figure it out later. No matter what the cause, procrastination can be a vicious cycle. The longer we put something off, the more daunting it becomes. But with the right mindset and strategies, it's possible to break free from the grip of procrastination and take back control of our time. To understand it as life lesson, have a look at this story of a prince. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a procrastinating prince. He was a bright and ambitious young man, with a heart full of dreams and a head full of ideas, but for some reason, he just couldn't seem to get anything done. His kingdom was in dire need of a new bridge to connect the two sides of the river, but the prince just couldn't seem to get around to building it. He kept putting it off, day after day, week after week, month after month. One day, an old wise man came to the kingdom, and seeing the state of the bridge, he asked the prince why he hadn't built it yet. The prince replied that he didn't know how long it would take and how to start. The old wise man smiled and said, "My dear prince, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start by laying the first brick, and the rest will follow." The prince thought about this and decided to take the wise man's advice. He gathered his workers and materials, and together they laid the first brick of the new bridge. And to their surprise, the bridge was completed in a fraction of the time they had expected. From that day on, the prince was no longer a procrastinator. He was a leader and an example to the people of his kingdom. He realized that the only thing holding him back from achieving his goals was his own fear and lack of action. Hello and welcome. Many times we wonder about procrastination. The moral of the story is that procrastination can be conquered by taking the first step and making a plan. Thanks for watching.